Welcome back to Zachus. I have a very interesting video for you today. Coronavirus, also known as COVID-19 or COVID-19 as some people are calling it. What is going on? Should you be scared? So guys, I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone. I mean, what is going on? People are losing their ever-loving minds over the flu. Do you know that in America alone, we have lost 18,000 people to the flu this year alone in less than 3 months of 2020? In America, where there's over 300 million people. Do you know that in most years, you see over 45 million people affected with the flu? 310,000 people hospitalized, and somewhere around 41 to 61,000 people die a year from the flu in America alone. It's about 300 million population. We have billions and billions of people around the world. Billions. And the coronavirus has killed 3,000. Now, I'm not saying their lives aren't worth anything. I'm just saying, does it mean that we should panic, close schools, stop flights, stop traveling to places? I've had 2 trips canceled because of the flu. 5 people tested positive, just tested positive in LA, and they declared a state of emergency. Am I living in the twilight zone? Come on, people. Use your brains. Don't let the media drive you around wherever they want you to go. Think for yourselves. This is not something that is like the plague that's crawling across the world, and the minute you get it, you're dead. I wrote down some statistics because I wanted to make sure to hammer this point home. One person said they did the math, and I'm going to put some links down in the description below for you guys. They did the math and they said you are more likely to win the lottery twice in your lifetime than get the coronavirus. You're more likely to get struck by lightning 3 times than get the coronavirus. Are you hearing me? Are you listening to the words coming out of my mouth? 310,000 people a year on average are hospitalized for the flu. Are you stopping your travel for the flu? Are you canceling your events for the flu? Are you raiding Costco's, Target, Walmart for the flu? No. What are we doing? 18,000 people alone this year have died already as of March the 6th. We in America, as of March the 6th, only have 260 cases. No, I didn't say 1,000. I didn't say hundreds of thousands. I said 260 cases in America as of March the 6th, 2020. And yet we have 3 states that have declared a state of emergency. You know why they do that? They want money from the federal government. It's all a scam. And you know whose money they're getting? Yours. They're just robbing the coffers of our tax dollars because they see an opportunity to line their pockets. And you're falling for it. I cannot believe how many people are calling me up saying, oh no, I've bought all this toilet paper and soup and milk, and I've got hazmat suits, and I mean, it's like the zombie apocalypse. What is going on? Do you realize that warm weather is coming and this thing can't even live in warm weather? I mean, we are literally already in warm weather in some states. Why aren't people able to use their brains? Why are they watching the media, which by the way is taking advantage of you, and they're lying to you, and they're causing hysteria? All you have to do is simple things. If you're sick, be responsible. Don't go to school, don't go to work, don't go to church, stay home. That's what you do any time of the year. For the last 100 years, that's what you should do. It's the responsible thing to do. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer, not excessively, just normally. I mean, this is common sense stuff, people. And then people are bashing President Trump. I mean, come on, guys. This is not Ebola. When you get it, you literally dissolve and die. This is not crazy stuff, but yet the world is acting like it is because the media is treating it that way, because they just want views. They just want the money for, I mean, they are literally just using you and causing you to cancel trips, to not travel, to not enjoy your time. I'm planning to go to Asia, to Japan, to South Korea, to Thailand in another month from now. And I may have to cancel my trip, not because I'm scared, but because they're quarantining people, they're shutting down museums. Japan is like a ghost town. I have friends that live over there that say everything is fine. But you can't go to museums, you can't go to baseball games, you can't go to Disneyland or Disney World, whatever, Disney Sea. I've got people in the military in Japan that are like, we've been given no instructions whatsoever of fear that we need to be like quarantined to the base, or like this thing is traveling across the dark world, taking out whoever it sees. Come on! Think! Look at these numbers! 41 to 61,000 people a year on average die from the flu. 3,000 people have died in the world. We've only lost like 11 people in America. 11 people, and yet 3 states have declared a state of emergency. Conferences are getting canceled. Trips are getting canceled. It's ridiculous. And I just wanted to come on here to all of you who are watching, to my subscribers, and I just wanted to say, think about these numbers. Do you know that they also came out and said, the CDC said that it is not as transmittable, it's not as contagious as the flu? The flu is contagious even before you get symptoms. This coronavirus, COVID-19, is not even suspected to be contagious until you are showing high symptoms. They said it's not easily and effectively transmitted as the flu. There's 100,000 cases worldwide. That's out of billions of people. You know how many cases there are in America? 50,000? 20,000? 1,000? No, 260 people as of March the 6th. And yet we are acting like the whole world is coming apart. This is insane. We have got to rise up and be people who think and use our brains and have logic and common sense, and do not flock or are led to the slaughter like sheep by the media. I hope you're watching this, and I hope if you're scared today that you realize you have nothing to be scared about. You have more of a likelihood of getting on a plane and dying in a plane than getting this coronavirus, and that is super unlikely. Less than 1/100%. Please, people, share this video, use your brains, think, and go about your lives. Obviously, even if you're not scared, you can't travel to Iran or Italy or South Korea, or they will freak out and quarantine you for 2 weeks because they're just like, oh no. Do you know in South Korea that they've tested over 200,000 people? Only 1,000 people as of March the 6th have the coronavirus, and most of those are not even hospitalized, and only less than 1% of those have actually died. And all cases of death so far across the world, and certainly in America, have been elderly people that already had an illness. Washington State is acting like they've lost their ever-loving freaking minds, and all of their deaths 10 of their deaths were in a home care center for older people, a hospice or center that already were sick, they were already old, they were already at the end of their line, and the flu would have taken them out. But they want to blame Trump, they want to blame the world like it's all coming down, the whole state is just in black ashes. Come on. And the other person was older and sick as well and had many illnesses in her life. But they want to spin it to make you scared to death. So you go spend all this money, live in fear, stay in your homes like, oh my goodness. Come on. 260 people are sick. And most of those are recovering at home. Have we lost our minds? Is this world gone crazy? You want to hear my theory? It's a social test. They are testing to see what little fear with no actual credibility, how they can control us, how they can easily manipulate us, how they can force us and drive us where they want us to go. Wake up. Hit that subscribe button. This is not a normal video for this channel, but I just had to say it. I had to say, you know, the truth. I want the truth to be out there as many places as it can be, and I've done the research. I've studied this out. I travel all the time. We have ZachusTRAVEL channel. That'll be down in the description right below. We don't need to be afraid unless there's really something to be afraid of. Use your brains, use your logic, use your common sense. Pray for those who are sick, but there are many, many more people sick by other things like HIV, cancer, the flu, common colds, sinus infections that are actually worse. No one's gonna die unless they would have died from pneumonia or the flu or something. Pneumonia is way more serious. Wake up, realize that as long as we do what's right, wash our hands, stay at home if we're sick, and be responsible, which you should do anyways, and be considerate, and be careful without living in fear and anxiety and all this crazy fake news stuff, you'll have, this is just gonna wash away. If you don't believe me, come back and watch this video in just 1 month. It'll be gone. Something else will hit the news cycle and they'll forget all about scaring you half to death. Have a great day. Peace.